There are some big Pokemon card single market movers this month in July. So there are some big movers in the Sun and Moon era and in the Sword and Shield era. And we're going to be finding out which ones are dropping and which ones are going up. Alright guys, today we are taking a look at another bunch of cards which are moving quite a bit, to be fair. We'll be looking at the Sun and Moon era and the Sword and Shield era. We've got some big climbers. And we've got some cards that are just dropping like crazy. So we'll be taking a look at this. Some of them are actually quite surprising. I thought these cards are doing well, but they really aren't. So that's actually quite crazy. As we know with Sun and Moon, a lot of cards are going up in value pretty much across the board. Whether or not it be, full art trainers, whether or not it be tag teams. But there are some cards that have actually surprised me. And we're going to be taking a look at that today. So we'll be taking a look at TCG Player and a bunch of these cards. Let's jump into them. First off, we're taking a look at a card that is dropping in price. And we have the Alt Art Rayquaza VMAX, the big boy from Evolving Skies. Now we know Evolving Skies is pricey, and pretty much most of the alt arts have been going up, especially the evolutions. However, big boy Rayquaza is not doing so well. Let's take a look at this. We're looking at $270. Now don't get me wrong, that is still a lot of money. If we took a look at the latest sales, we had one sold for $220, $244, and $250. And look at this. This is the past 3 months. So it's gone from $300. It did go to as low as $264, but as we've seen from the recently sold, even less. We go back a year and we can see how well this card's been doing. It really has. Overall, it's still up, right, over the past year, but it has been dropping from its highs. Was 220, did reach a high of over 300 at around 305, and is now starting to drop. And that's an interesting sign. We've seen the Umbreon hold incredible value, and Umbreon still holds incredible value. That hasn't really moved much. But the Rayquaza is not exactly easy to get hold of. Evolving Skies packs are not easy to get hold of. They're stupidly expensive. So it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to be going on moving forward. As we're going into the, deeper and deeper into the Scarlet and Violet era, these big heavy cards are in fact dropping. Okay, onto a climber. This is an interesting climber. This is the Full Art Phoebe coming in from Battle Styles. Of all sets, Battle Styles. Waifu cards coming in right now. $22 for this full art trainer. It's actually one of the most expensive cards in the set, which is pretty crazy to think, right? And as we can see over the past 3 months, it was around $13. Did go as high as $25, dropped a little bit, but still basically double the value. We go back a year, this card has just been around $10 for like the longest time. Battle Stars is super cheap, set to get hold of still. Booster boxes still cheap. Pull rates are tough, but still this card's doing pretty good. I mean, quite a lot of cards actually are going up in price for Battle Styles. Sleepy Boy Trantar's going up. Some of the other alt arts have been going up. Some of the gold cards have also been going up. This is the one that kind of surprised me. So I was like, hey, we got to show this one. This is a really interesting one. I mean, I have it. I do have a master set of Battle Styles. Yeah. All right. Battle Styles doing well. Right. Another card falling is the alt art Charizard from Brilliant Stars. Now, Brilliant Stars has had it a bit rough recently, with booster boxes going down in price because of restocks. Single cards are falling like crazy, and this is the big boy. Bearing in mind, I thought this may overtake the Umbreon. Well, I was definitely wrong on that prediction. This poor card, we're looking at $128. Look at the drop in the past 3 months of this big boy coming in. $157, dropped basically another $30 in 3 months. We go back a year, we can see the fall of this Charizard. I mean, just look at it. It was at 210. I was thinking, wow, okay, we're going to keep going. But more product hitting the shelves. This is the impact of potential, reprint/restocks. This is what's been going on now. Brilliant Stars has good pull rates. Maybe that also has an impact on the value of this card as well. And if you look at the recently sold, we actually had one that recently sold for 100, 128, and 137. So it is dropping, and I think it could continue to drop the more people open this set. Now, we don't know whether or not there's going to be any more coming. We don't know if this will be another reprint or anything like that of Brilliant Stars, but it's already having a massive impact on the biggest card. Climber, another waifu card coming in. Whitney Fuller from Lost Thunder. Lost Thunder's a really expensive set. Like, I looked it up, I was like, wow, I didn't realize how expensive it really was. But this card is really, really cool. And we're seeing this at $67, basically $68, climbing from $40. This card has been going up over the past 3 months. We go back over the past year. What is going on? Look at this. It's doubled, more than doubled in value in the past year. And basically, I probably would say maybe even the last like 6 months. Yeah, we're coming into like April this year, and then all of a sudden, bang, it's been going really, really high. So Lost Thunder, really expensive set, not that easy to get hold of. Pull rates aren't great either. Sun and Moon didn't have the best pull rates. This is doing really well. Beautiful card, by the way. I actually quite like it. I don't have it, but looks pretty decent. But yeah, doing really well at around $68. Alright, another card falling, another Charizard. We're looking at the Shining Fates Charizard. I absolutely love this one. This is one of my favorite Charizards. And the Shining Fates is a set that's been reprinted into the ground. I mean, you can still buy ETBs basically for retail. This set, you know, it had problems during the pandemic. Pokemon reprinted the living daylights out of it. And now we're starting to see this huge impact of all the cards dropping in value or not really going up in value. You know, it's not too bad. It's still a valuable cards at $83, which is, you know, pretty decent, you know, to be fair. But it was way better. Like over the past 3 months, it was $100. Now we're looking at around 83. We go back a year and we can see just the fall of this. It was always around that 100 to 105 for the longest time. It was like a yo-yo going up and down, up and down. But now it is just really just bang. It is just falling through the floor. It is still the most expensive card in the set, and it is still the chase card, but it's just not really holding its value, especially over the past few months. Now, a Shining Fates card that has been going up is the Full Art Skylar. Again, another full art female trainer, and this is actually one of my favorite cards in the set. It has been for the longest time. I do have it. You know, I remember picking this up for like £8, I think it was, not too long ago. Look at it now though, $18, and I've seen it over here in the UK, and that's been going up as well. $18 for this card. I mean, 3 months ago it was $8. That's what I'm saying. What's been going on? We go back a year, and it has just stayed around that $7, $8 mark for literally the longest time. It did peak to around 11. Okay, not bad. Then it went back down to the usual $8, and now it's shot right up. And I mean, it did reach a high of 23. Come down a little bit, but still $23. That's insane. Nearly 3 times the value of this Full Art Skylar, and it is a really nice card. It is a really nice card, so pretty impressive. All right, we're following the trend. Another Charizard, another one falling. This one now is the Rainbow Charizard from Champions Path. Kind of sucks because I do have this in the PSA 10, but this card has been dropping. Champions Path is, in my opinion, a really terrible set to open. There's only 2 cards that's worth basically any money, and that is the 2 Charizards, and this is one of them. It's still the most expensive one out of the 2, but there we go. $176 for this one, dropping from $196 only 3 months ago. Okay, we go back a year, this card was big money. You know, we're talking over $200 for this card. Big money. Again, dropping. You know, Champions Path is expensive. It's not exactly cheap. You know, it is a holiday set, special set. It does come in, you know, ETBs rather than booster boxes. Again, crazy, you know, and it's a tough set. It's not a great set to open, so you're probably not going to be seeing a lot of these. You would be thinking, hang on a minute, surely it'll be going up in value. All these big Charizards, I think people get a bit sick of Charizard, to be honest, because a lot of them have been dropping. I think pretty much every single one in the Sword and Shield era has been dropping in value, and that's across different sets. That's not just like all in one set, so it's really interesting to see that this trend of Charizard is just falling in value right now. Okay, then we have another big climber. It's not a waifu card, it is AOR, and it is from Unified Minds in the Sun and Moon era. This is a big climber. This is the Slowpoke and Psyduck GX. Cool artwork though. I do like the artwork. It is pretty sweet. $111. Believe it or not, it's actually one of the cheaper alternate arts from, you know, the tag team Sun and Moon era. Some of them are going for ridiculous prices, and this sounds crazy for it being cheap at $111, but bear with me on this one. 3 months ago it was $75, and it has been going up quite a bit, to be fair. We go back a year though, you know, we've seen a card go from $30. This card has nearly gone up 4 times the value in a year. This is crazy, and it will continue. Unified Minds is getting pretty expensive, so I do expect this card to continue to go up in price. I mean, what, booster boxes over 500, getting crazy. Pull rates, you know, for these cards are incredibly tough. But yeah, we've seen the boom of alt art. It's crazy. It's not really organic. You know, I could understand if these cards were gradually going up over time, but it's like they hit a critical point and then they just shot right up. So I don't really know the whole feel of that, but there we are. But yes, big card coming in at $111. Next up, we got another big alt art. This time it's from Lost Origin. It's not a Charizard this time. It is the Aerodactyl V coming in. I absolutely love this card, but it has been dropping a fair bit. So 3 months ago it was around $120. It did actually dip to lows 103. It's bounced back a little bit, but we're probably looking around $100 for this card. And we go back a year, as we can see, it is dropping. Now this card actually shot up after release. It was kind of an unusual one where it did shoot up quite high, And ever since then, it's been coming back down. So it did actually reach around $140, $144, and it's been quite stable in that 120, 130 for the longest time. But over the past like 3 months, we've now started to see that drop. So will we see more reprints of Lost Origin of now, hitting the shelves? The set is getting cheaper, more packs are getting open. I expect this card to drop under $100, but we'll have to wait and see. Pull rates are not the greatest, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with the Aerodactyl. But yeah, I think under $100 is pretty realistic in the future. Then we have a promo card. We have the Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno GX. This is the Stained Glass Bird promo from Hidden Fates ETB. Now, this is a very popular card. There's a lot of it. I've opened a fair share of Hidden Fates and upgraded a fair share of this card. I've had a ton of PSA 9s, ton of PSA 10s of this card. It is finally starting to go up in value. This card to me was always around 10, 11 pounds over here in the UK, and it was that. We go back a year, this card has sat around $9, $10 for the longest time, and it's slowly trickled up. So again, that kind of organic growth, but then all of a sudden in the past 3 months, gone from that $11 now up to around $18, $19. And we can see from the recently sold, some sold for more than 20. It means the raw cards are going up. We might see now the graded values, the 9s and the 10s, now start to shift up in value as well. Hidden Fates is getting more pricey. Booster packs, ETBs are getting more pricey. And this is definitely a big fan favorite card. I absolutely love it. And it's interesting to see that it's finally starting to go up in value. There you have it, guys. That's what's been going on in the market regarding Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. Obviously, we haven't covered all the cards, but these are just some. And the big cards in Sword and Shield, especially Charizard, are dropping in value. Maybe people are a bit sick and tired of it. We are getting a new Charizard in Obsidian Flames, 2 of them, and they do look nice. However, will they carry? We have to wait and see. We've seen Charizard carry sets in the past. If you look at a set like Dance of Blaze, it just wasn't enough. Shining Fates is kind of looking that way as well. It's interesting to see what's going to happen in the future with like a set like Obsidian Flames. But man, Sun and Moon, honestly, it just smashes out of the park. I mean, some of these cards are going for a stupid amount of money, and it's just nothing organic, especially with the tag teams. Now, some of the full arts, full art trainers, they have been going up somewhat organically, but these alt art tag teams have been crazy. The surprise one for me was the full art Phoebe from Battle Styles. That one for me was just, wait a minute, what's going on? Even the Skylar from Shining Fates is a big climber as well. So that is really interesting to see. But, Charizard, Rayquaza, Aerodactyl, those big alt arts and crazy chase cards really have been dropping in value. If you want to know what's going on, we're probably one of the best modern sets released recently in Crown Zenith. Make sure to click on this video right here. And if you watch more Pokemon content, guys, you know what to do. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Alright, guys, that's it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys are legends. I'll see you in the next one.